Good afternoon. It is 4 o'clock on the dot. Welcome to Teach It Tuesday with Stampin' with Jen. I'm Jenny Fetz, and I am real quickly looking for myself on my Facebook page so I can make sure I'm seeing comments today. Thank you for joining me. It is 4 o'clock on the dot. I think I already said that. And there I am. Expand it. There is our video. Perfect. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. My name is Jenny Fetz, and I am a Stampin' Up independent demonstrator out of East Contra Costa County. And it looks like everything's a little crooked. So let me see if I can turn my glass plate a little bit so that it straightens out. I don't know. But anyway, welcome, and I am looking forward to sharing this fun technique called Emboss Resist with you guys. Tammy did one earlier today. I haven't had a chance to watch it. I was at work this morning. I look forward to going back and watching her make her card with this technique, the emboss. Oh, there we go. I had to fix my camera. I was afraid it was going to fall out. And so I'm looking forward to watching hers. I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. I am going to be using our new Friendly Foliage stamp set, and I'm going to be using Versamark and our white embossing folder, embossing powder. Let me set that off to the side and show you the card we're going to be making. This is the card we're going to be making. Hello, Tammy. Welcome. I hope you're doing well today. So this is the card we're going to be making, and I'm looking forward to sharing the technique I used to get this image right here with the embossing powder as well as the resist. I don't know if you are familiar with arts and crafts. You might have heard crayon resist. With painting, where you write with or color with a crayon and then you use watercolor over that crayon, and the wax on the crayon resists the paint, so those colors and those crayon marks come through. I know I've done that with my kids when my kids were little and I was teaching art as an art docent in their classes. We would do that technique occasionally. When I felt brave enough to pull out watercolor paints with first graders and fourth graders. But anyway, I'm looking forward to sharing with you how I made this card. So let's go ahead and get started. And, oh, here we go. I am going to use, you know what? I'll have to pull out my ruler because I just realized that I left all my measurements in the other room. But here is our card base. This card base is the thick white cardboard. You did that in elementary school, so I did this before too. Yes, you did. This is basically the same thing, but we're using embossing powder and heat embossing technique for this. But my card base is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And this is the thick white cardstock. We're going to go ahead and fold it over, and I'm going to burnish it. And then we're going to go ahead and, you know what? Let's go ahead and do the embossing first so I can share that with you. And then we'll put the rest of our card together, including the background stamping. So we'll put that aside. And what I have is, I used the, where is it called? The branching out dies. Let me show those to you. The branching out dies. I've used the middle two for my cutouts, and this is the smallest of the middle two, and then I used from the Gathering Together DSP pack, I used this largest of the middle two. But we're going to go ahead and heat emboss on this, and then I'll show you. So let me show you this technique, and then we'll go ahead and put the rest of our card together. So let me put these dies away, and we'll put this aside. Let's see, we're going to use the large stamp, this one right here. I just love this. I really do love the simplicity of it. We're going to use that. what we do is we go ahead and we're going to ink up with our Versamark ink pad. Make sure you get all of that really done really well, inked up really well. I'm going to move this down just a little bit. Hopefully it's still on the screen so that I can see it. And I'm going to, I'm going to put a small piece. You know what I've done is I've taken my grid paper and I've cut it into fourths so that I have smaller pieces to work with and I'm not taking up my entire thing. And I'm going to sort of line this up so that it's straight. I'm going to use the grid on there. I think that's straight. That doesn't look real straight. Let's straighten that out a little bit more because you want the image to go on straight. All right, there we go. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to move my camera just a little bit so that everything is still on screen, but I'm going to move it slowly so I don't make you guys motion sickness. But we've gone ahead and we're doing this and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to stand up so I can see this. And I'm going to go center a little bit. I'm going to try and go center all the way around. And we're going to do this. And I'm going to just rub the stamp just to make sure I get the ink all the way over. And we're going to pull this off. Now you can't see the ink yet, and what we're going to do is we're going to take our white embossing powder. I tried it with gold and it looked okay. I tried it with clear because I'm using white paper and it looked okay, but I think the best results was using my white embossing powder. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to use my little tweezers here to hold it, and then I'm going to just sprinkle my oh, I forgot to do my embossing buddy. Hopefully it turns out okay. If not, I'll just cut another one real quick. You can see where the embossing, I got so excited to do this. I may have to take, I'm looking at this from the side, and you can't necessarily see it on the screen, but I'm going to tap it. But there's some areas where there's some embossing powder where it shouldn't be. And so I'm going to take a small paintbrush. Let's see, we'll use this one. Very small paintbrush. And I'm just going to look at it at an angle, and I'm going to go like this to get rid of some of those extra embossing powder so that I don't get extra spots or marks on my card. All right, now we're going to go ahead and emboss. And often, I'm gonna be honest, I love these side tweezers because they help you hold the paper and you don't burn your fingers. But I am gonna sort of brush this on the side because I want to get off any embossing powder that was on those tweezers. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to turn on the heat tool, let it heat up a little bit. I'm going to move this out of the way. And then we're going to go ahead and do it. And when you're embossing white on white, let me turn this off real quick. When you're embossing white on white, sometimes you can't see it right after you stamp it unless you're looking at it from an angle. Let's see, you can almost see a little bit of it on the screen. Oh, there we go, you can see it. But you can see it really well once the powder melts. And you know it's all melted when all of the area is shiny. So let's go ahead and heat emboss. And sometimes I come from the top for a little bit, and then I go from the back to keep it from curling. Sometimes I'll leave it down and see, you can see it starting to melt on the top flowers. Yeah, the top is starting to melt. We're gonna melt all this. I'm gonna look at the angle. Oh, it's not 100% melted yet. Let's go. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna do just a little bit more. There we go. That looks like it's all, let me get the bottom real quick. Shouldn't take this long usually. Yeah, that's all melted. All right, so we've got it all melted. and everything's embossed, and we're going to leave this down here, and I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to bend it just a little bit to give it, sort of counter the curl. All right, and now we're going to take Old Olive. I'm using colors that coordinate with our designer series paper, our pattern paper, and there's Old Olive in this green, so I'm going to use that and a blending brush. And let's go ahead and we're going to just gently blend over it. We're not going to blend really so the whole thing is covered, but we're going to blend just little bits. And you know what? Oh, there it is. I'm looking for my cloth because you also need a cloth. All right, I'm going to tap, do this because I want to get a bulk of the ink off. And then I'm just going to go round and round. And we're going to lightly brush, but I'm going to put a little bit more right over some of the images. So you have, it's going to be splotchy, but that actually is sort of one of the unique pieces about things about this. It looks, I like it because it looks a little splotchy. It may not be even all the way around, but as you can tell, the stamped image does have a green tint to it. And there we go. We're done with that. Now I'm going to take a microfiber cloth, but you can use a paper towel or Kleenex or something, and I'm just going to rub off. And see how all of a sudden those leaves have become green again, or white again? We're going to just rub this off and get, so we have all of our, excuse me, I'm not sure if it's a cold or allergies. We're going to make sure all of our embossed image is white. And we're going to set this off to the side now. And we're going to work on the card base. All right. We're going to use Old Olive for that again. So let's set this off to the side. That's our our Emboss Resist. That is the technique that I wanted to share with you today. And now we're going to go ahead and finish the rest of our card. And I'm going to use one of the small leaves off of this friendly foliage, the friendly foliage. And I'm just gonna stamp random here and there. All right, we're gonna create a background, sort of. Oh, let's see. There we go. All right. I like creating a background. And here's the nice thing. You sort of create your own pattern, but you don't have to stamp the whole thing because you're going to be covering it. Let's go over that again. There we go. It's a little bit darker than I wanted. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and we just turn this around here and there. Different angles. And we'll create a frame of sorts with this stamp. There we go. Oh, shoot. There we go. That's the nice thing about photopolymer is that if it doesn't go through, I understand, especially if it's an image, you can go over and match and line it up. All right, so there is our background. Now we're going to take the green and gold stripes from our the Good and Gather. Good and Gather. Oh, I'm thinking Target. Hi, Patty. Welcome. Yeah, good. I'm glad you're resting, Patty. You need to rest. And oh, I'm glad you enjoyed this technique, Tammy. I'm glad we were able to do it. But Patty, you keep resting, okay? And so we're going to use, it's Gathering Together, not Good and Gather. I'm thinking Target, don't know why. But Gathering Together is our emboss, as our designer series paper. And I said that was with the larger of the two middle. We're going to center this right in the middle of the thing. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to use our foam adhesive sheet. This, if I was using foam dimensionals, Stampin' Dimensionals, it would take a lot, but I'm just going to go ahead and put one giant piece in the middle, and it makes it very stable. And let's see if we can, I'm going to stand up so I can make sure I can get this centered and even all the way around. My sample was a little bit off, but that's much better. All right, we have that there. And we're going to go ahead and attach it to the card front with a little bit of glue. Sorry for my reach. And then we're going to do the sentiment with a new bundle that has come out along with the Friendly Foliage, and I believe it was the November, it's all part of the November online exclusives. So let's go ahead and center that there, put that down, and let me look. I believe, yes. So the Friendly Foliage, Foliage is in our online exclusives available now. Here's the bundle here, Friendly Foliage, and it comes with the stamp set, and it comes with dies that cut out this particular image here. It will cut out either just the stamped image and open up all the space in between, or you can do the solid where it cuts out the whole thing as one piece. It's really sort of interesting. And then you have some dies that cut out these stamps here and some great sentiment. So I'm using these stamps here. And then we're going to be using the banner savings bundle. And it's a punch with 3 different banners and a bunch of sentiments that fit into this. So we're going to use that for our sentiment now. And you know what? I think I need to put a little more. We're going to put a little more glue down. For some reason, it's not adhering down. I don't know why. I've never had that problem before. Let's see. The edges just aren't sticking as much. I'm going to put a little more glue down the side there. All right, there we go. All right, now it's adhered down. All right, so let's do our punch and our sentiment. And here's the banner punch. It's really great. It's got one banner that has a flat edge, so you can put it up against the edge of a card or the edge of something straight. It's got a banner that's flagged on both sides, or it's got a reverse. So you almost could put it inside. I wonder, I'm curious. After we do this, I'm going to check that out. I'm really curious. But I'm going to use that center one, this one right here, and we're going to cut out with white. And actually, I'm going to stamp first and then cut it out. That way I can center it. I'm going to use a sentiment from the stamp set. It says, consider yourself hugged. And I'm going to do it in Mossy Meadow, which is a little bit darker than our old olive. And we're going to do it right there. Consider yourself hugged. Let's go ahead and punch that out. There we go. So we got it. It's almost centered. You know what? We're going to use our tweezers. This is another real good reason for the tweezers. Is it helps you, if you have fat fingers like me, to get it so you can hold it. There we go. And we need to center that just a little bit more. Straighten it out. There we go. We're going to punch. Why is that not punching? Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. that was a toughie. I don't know why, but that was a toughie. All right, sorry folks if that startled you. And now we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna punch a piece out from the gold so it doesn't have to center anything. We're gonna just punch it out, and then we're gonna use a gold foil, and that's in the, that might be in the November, I don't know if it was our November, nope, it's not the November, it's not the November online exclusives. It's in, I believe, the other mini catalog, the September to December mini catalog. And I'm going to offset our image or our sentiment just a little bit. I'm going to use some glue dots. And let's see. I'm going to put glue dots towards the top of the white where I stamped. And put one right there. And let's see. I think that's all we need. No, I'm going to put one more towards the top on the third side. All right, and we're going to offset it a little bit. So you have it just peeking out a little bit. There we go. And then we're going to put some more glue dots on the back of that. So I hope everybody's having a great week, and realizing next week is Thanksgiving. So I'm wondering if everybody is ready for the holidays. Have you started playing Christmas music yet? I've started playing Christmas music. Don't always at this time of year yet. I usually like to let Thanksgiving go by. All right, we're going to put that there and attach. Oh, I pushed down too hard. All right, there we go. So we got that. Do you guys decorate for Christmas before or after Thanksgiving is my curious question. I'm real curious. I know some people are like, nope, let Thanksgiving happen. We're going to let Thanksgiving happen and nothing before then. And then there's some people that are like, nope, let's go ahead and decorate. It's Halloween's over, so let's move on with Christmas. I usually wait until the day after Thanksgiving. However, I am going to be leaving town before Thanksgiving, and I don't know how soon, close to Christmas, I'll be returning. We're going to use, I'll explain just a little bit, flower accents. We're going to use those to pop a little bit more gold in here. We're going to use the little ones. I like that right there. And I'm going to use a larger one. And we're going to put it right there. So there is our card. Usually after Tammy says hers is all up. It's been on all Christmas music's been on all day. I have it on in my cars. Tammy says all of her Christmas decorations up. Patty says usually after, but the tree is up. It only has lights. Well, I'm sort of in between the two of you guys right now. Well, no, actually I'm not. Tammy, I'm with you. All of my stuff is up. Normally, I would be right in between you, where I'm more like Patty, where I put everything up after Thanksgiving. However, I will be heading out of town on Saturday. My daughter has to have surgery next week, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and I will be out of town helping her with her recovery. And that could be anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks, which would put us right at Christmas. So I needed to make sure everything was decorated before I left, so that if I get back before Christmas, I'm not racing around 2 days before Christmas, 3 days before Christmas to get it put up, or even a week before Christmas. So that's why everything is decorated before Thanksgiving. Otherwise, usually it's after Thanksgiving, that weekend after. So anyway, there is our card. I hope you love it. It's using the Emboss Resist. And I just love this technique. It gives it such a softness to the cards when you do this. So I hope you enjoyed this. I will have all the dimensions, everything all the dimensions and measurements for all the pieces for the cards on my blog tomorrow morning at www.stampinwithjenn.com. 2 N in Stampin, 2 N's in Jenn. And I look forward to, thank you, Tammy. Thank you so much. I hope you try this technique out. It's a really fun technique. I did want to share with you, I want to remind you, first of all, you can see Tammy's card, what she did, and I saw a picture of it. It's beautiful. I have to go back and watch the video. But a link to her YouTube playlist will be on my blog as well. So you can check out Tammy's card that she's done. And I do have to share with you that this is until the end of December, my last Teach It Tuesday. Tammy will be doing them still each week. However, because like I said, my daughter is having surgery, I'm going to be out of town. I will not be in a situation where I can do Teach It Tuesdays for the next 4 to 5 weeks, probably. So I will be joining Tammy up again after Christmas, and then possibly the first week of January. And then from there, I'll have an announcement as to when I may or may not be back, because there's some major life changes and transitions that we're taking place in my household. So they're exciting ones, but I'll share more with you when we get closer to that date. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a great week. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I have to say, I am very thankful for so many things. I'm thankful for my family and friends. I thank you for all of my stamping friends who join me here every week on Teach It Tuesday. I'm thankful for my partner in crime, Tammy, who is at Cards by TLC, and all the fun we get into and the fun trouble we get into making cards and planning. And I thank my friend and mentor, Patty, who is on here right now, for all that she's done and supported, and her encouragement. And I'm just very thankful for all that God has blessed me with. And I just am thankful for you guys as well. So have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and many blessings to you guys. And I will see you after Christmas. Thanks again. Bye-bye.